Sidelines with Shan is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
And we're back, week 9 of Sidelines with Shan. Now, when you did your draft, did you sit around thinking, oh, this player has a bye in week 9, and you know what, so does this player, and this player also has a bye in week 9? Probably not. But guess what? Week 9's here. About half of the league is on bye, so it should make for some interesting games this week. In fact, last night on the waiver wire, some people spent a lot of money on players that are going to fill some much-needed holes in their team. I don't know how good they're going to be, but we're going to see. As we always do, we're going to talk about who is leading our divisions. And right now we have a two-way tie for first. We have, I think this here, yeah, the Winnipeg Blue Ballers and Baby Got Dak. They are in sole possession of first place. So if you're playing them, you know, this is the time to take them out. Speaking of buys and taking people out, we're going to go ahead and do our pick'em and flick'ems for this week. We are going to start off with getting rid of Baby Got Dak. Oh, that was not a good flick. I'm sorry. We are going to get rid of Team Estes. We're also going to get rid of going down for real, like Tom Brady's footballs. How about the Dubsops? Wow, we are not good at flicking this week. The Tinies and Brittany. Yeah, those are poor, but it doesn't matter because here's our picks. We have the Muncie Dumpster Fire. Now, I will say the Dumpster Fire told me last week that every time I pick him to lose, he wins. He won last week. It's kind of weird, so we'll see what happens this week. So, picks. Muncie Dumpster Fire. Make the Bears great again. The Winnipeg Blue Ballers. We have Velvet Zebra. Lady Antebellechek. And Poor Decisions. She was very close last week, but not quite, so I'm going to pick her. Hopefully this bye week will maybe help her, and she can get her second win of the season. So there you have your picks for week 9. Now, as you know, we are recorded in front of a live studio audience, and tonight we have an extra special guest making his second appearance on Sidelines with Shan. I would like you to welcome, from right here in our hometown, the Muncie Dumpster Fire.
Dumpster fire! Dumpster fire!
Welcome!
Yeah, welcome. Thanks, Shan. Thanks for having me on the show.
Sure, you're welcome. Thank you for coming back. It was such a pleasure last year. It's just always fun every time that you're on the show.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, so we were talking about week 9 being a bye week and how people did their draft. So, Dumpster, how did you do your draft this year?
Well, you know, Dumpster took a slightly different approach this year. Typically, I rely heavily on the computer, but, you know, this year, I had a little extra time on my hands. Figured, why not? I'll delve a little deeper into the draft. So I pretty much drafted my whole team this year.
Okay, and how's that working out so far for you?
Seems to be all right. You know, I should be in one of the tie for first place, but you know, one of those after the next week has started, corrections caused you know, Michael to jump back ahead of me by 1 point. Gotcha. With his Baby Got Dak, but you know, it is what it is. You know, you just roll with the punches.
Sure. So, speaking of punches, how do you feel about your week 9 team? I mean, do you have a whole team on bye, or did you pick well enough in the draft that you've got a really good team this week?
Well, it's interesting that you say that. I'm not very confident in my team this week. My starting quarterback, which is Tom Brady, he's on bye. I've got several other players on bye and some injuries, and you know, also I had just got the kiss of death where, you know, you picked me to win this week. So, you know, it's like you just sort of doomed my team for the whole week.
I'm sorry, I try. If I pick you, I can't pick you. I don't know. It was just looking good for you.
I thought we had a good thing going.
I know.
You know? I was the underdog every week.
I'm sorry.
I was out there, you know.
You just looked too good this week to not pick, so. Must have been the hair.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Must have been. My great smile.
Yes. Yes, and the chain. I see that we're both wearing, some extra bling this
Some bling,
week.
yeah.
Maybe we talked about this last year, and maybe not. But what's your favorite team, and why? Like not our awesome teams, but like the real teams. What's your favorite?
Well, being from Central Indiana, you got to say the Colts.
Okay.
I've been following the Colts since I was a wee lad. Me and my pops sitting on the couch watching the games, and they were just absolutely terrible back in the late 80s, early 90s.
So kind of like right now?
Kind of like right now.
Okay.
I actually made that analogy this week. I said, our Colts have turned back into that team from the late 80s.
So what you're saying is there is hope because we came back from that horrible time period. Just
right.
Took
it
a while.
Just took, a decade.
Okay. Okay. So speaking of the Colts, what are their chances to save the season? Or is there a chance?
Well, they at this point, they need to not save the season.
Okay.
They need to lose out, hope that some of them other low-performing teams win a couple games, and let's get us a number 1 draft pick.
Okay, so with this, so let's just say they get this number 1 draft pick. Do they take a quarterback and get rid of their number 1 draft pick?
No.
Okay, so we want to keep
they
number
trade
12.
that number 1 draft pick.
Oh, okay.
Take on a whole bunch of extra picks. Give Ballard some tools to totally rebuild the team. If we can do that, maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, we can get back to where we're playing modern Colt football instead of 1991.
Sure. So if you had to pick any sound effect to describe our beloved Colts, what would it be? That works.
It's a space peanut.
Oh, okay. A space peanut. Cool.
You get that movie reference.
Okay, you've been watching the show for a while. I know a few others, and we need some really better ratings. What would you like to see on our show that might help our ratings?
Well, I got a couple things. The
Okay.
first thing's a long shot, and no offense, Shan, but Mike Tirico. I mean, the guy's a living legend.
Okay, so you want to replace
but
me?
short of that, maybe if we had one of those proposals on the show.
Proposals. Okay,
Like
like what
you see
kind?
at
So you want to
games,
come
at
on and you want to
halftimes.
present like your newest invention?
No,
Oh, okay. What kind of
like
proposal?
a marriage proposal.
Oh,
Gets
okay.
the crowd fired up. Everybody likes a good love story.
Okay.
And I'm hoping maybe one of these days we can get one on this show.
Okay. Well, I guess we have guests on our show. I don't know
Right.
why we couldn't have marriage proposals.
Right.
I guess we could talk with our production team. I'm sure they could work that out somehow. That sounds very interesting. So there
Right.
you have it. If you want to have a marriage proposal on the show, just talk to producers and we can maybe work on that. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Anything you want to talk about? You've been on here before. And
Well, I got a couple things.
okay.
Typically you're asking me, my picks for the Super Bowl.
Oh, you're right. I totally forgot about that. Okay. Well, what do you think?
So I'll go with my picks. Let's go with the Eagles and the Patriots.
Ooh.
I think the Eagles right now are playing the most well-rounded football.
Okay.
And the Patriots, well, who else is going to beat the Patriots? You got, a guy that's
Sure.
40-year-old machine out there cheating away. You got, Bill Belichick back there calling plays and reading other teams' playbooks. So, they're going to do what they got to do to get back to the Super Bowl.
Sure. All right.
But, I think the Eagles are going to win. I think the Patriots, I think everybody's wise to their game. So,
Okay. Oh, there you have it. Dumpster Fire says Eagles and Patriots. Eagles coming out on top. But-
well, I got one more thing.
Okay.
I wanna call out Baby Got Dak. Won't you come on the show and get your proposal on? We can get the ratings up. We can come on the show, have a good time, meet our friend Shan here, hang out with the producers. Heck, who knows? Maybe even the commish could come by for a special occasion like that.
That would be very interesting.
be.
So, well, there you got it. Baby Got Dak. The invitation is out there. We'd love for you to come on the show. Just get with us and we'll set up a time for you. Thank you so much, Dumpster Fire, for coming on the show. It's always such a pleasure to have you. That's really all that we have for week 9 of Sidelines with Shan. So, bye.
Peace out.